comes across the line.
Get the fire out. Get the fire out. Come on, Robert. Oh, boy. Come on.
That's a big one.
He's on the brakes. He's okay.
Yep.
There you go. Get out of the car.
It's warm in there.
Make sure you go to the right. I don't want to get pinched in the wall there.
Looks like he's hung up too, yeah.
It's all right. No, he's just trying to get it slowed. He's fine. Guy's good.
Robert Hight comes clear. And listen to that crowd.
Now we just get forced to go down there without getting hurt on the scooter. We'll be all right.
Robert Hight. Wow, that is a moment. And look at that car. It's burning to the ground.
Something went wrong there. There's bottles that didn't go on. Robert's too good not to get that stuff on. He knows the procedure. And sometimes that stuff catches fire like that. And if you don't catch it quick, that was a different fire, Mike. That was an old day. That was a Mike Dunn old school fire right there. You just don't see those anymore. And you know, we talk about being on fire nowadays, but you know, years ago, guys like Mike Dunn, those were fires, and those are the reasons they put those holes in the side of the car.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big explosion. I mean, that thing lit up big time. Just like you said, Ron, something really had to go wrong, not only with the explosion, but obviously trying to get the fire bottles set off, but you saw things spin the tires, and then right before the finish line, it lights up, and it just stays lit up. I mean, lately, you know, normally we see the thing catch on fire, and it just kind of goes out, but this thing just kept getting bigger and bigger, just like you said, in the old days when we didn't have the double tube headers and all the safety features that we have today.
Let me tell everybody at home, you can't see in there. Not just because of the fire, but if the bottles do go off, they spray the windshield sometimes. But he did a great job. First thing, you get the chutes out. Slow the car down. That's the primary thing you're taught when you're licensed. Well, it burned the chutes off. Now you're on the brakes, and you got oil under your tires. You could see the tire marks. Now, Scott Kalitta is a veteran, and he did get out of the way. That's the first thing he did, and you can tell he's made a lot of laps. He knows the drill. He's been in that seat. And this isn't, like you said, a small explosion. This is big time.
You saw it spinning the tires and mixing the cylinders up, and then, man, that's almost like a situation where you have the camshaft break and all the timing goes bad, and it just kicks like 6 or 7 rods out of the engine and puts a massive amount of fuel and oil on the headers, and there's nothing really you can do when something like that happens.
And here's the good news. Gary Gerald has Robert Hight.
Robert, how hard was it to get it stopped and get out of there? Because I know you couldn't have seen a thing.
Couldn't see a thing, and it got pretty hot. You know, I had a little fire in there with me, but that's the biggest thing I've ever experienced. Didn't know anywhere where I was at. Actually, one of the impacts, I thought it was going in. It went in the sand. That's why I got up, and then I was like, "Whoa, it's still rolling." But I wasn't about to go back down. It was on fire. But tell you what, it starts spinning early. But you know, like Jimmy told me, he says it'll spin. Get on the rev limiter, just drive it. Never saw Scott Kalitta and kept right at it. You never know. Maybe we can get this thing fixed and be back in the semis because we got old Ron Capps to catch.
He has got a lot of work this team to do, obviously, and that's his primary concern right now, guys. It's great to see him out here, and he's fine.
Well, but Ron Capps, as you pointed out, he's got a lot of assets there. He's got other cars out, and they'll be able to really fall on that car.
Yeah, and it's a big team. They're going to have, of course, support from the other teams as well. But